On January 6, 2021, the world watched in shock as a mob of Americans, driven by false claims of a stolen election, stormed the United States Capitol. It was a day that should have shaken the foundations of our democracy, a day that should have been a turning point, a moment of clarity about the dangers of political extremism and the cult of personality that can emerge in the halls of power. And yet, here we are in 2025 with the very man who incited that day's violence once again, the elected President of the United States. What happened between then and now? How did the memory of that day fade so quickly? And why did so many who once condemned January 6th eventually line up behind Donald Trump again? This video is about more than just a single day's violence. It's about the fragility of memory, the power of narrative, and the ongoing tension between truth and collective forgetting in America. It's about how, in just 3 short years, a violent assault on the seat of government was rebranded, reinterpreted, and ultimately minimized by millions. And it's about what the Founding Fathers might have thought about this, and what the Constitution has to say. On the morning of January 6th, 2021, President Donald Trump stood at the ellipse near the White House addressing thousands of supporters. His words were clear and incendiary. "We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore." Fueled by months of false claims about election fraud, claims that had been dismissed by every credible court and state official, the crowd marched to the Capitol, and what followed was a scene that many of us had never imagined on American soil. The mob breached the halls of Congress. Lawmakers were forced to flee, and offices were ransacked. And in the certification of the 2020 presidential election, a ceremonial but critical part of our democracy was delayed by hours of violence and fear. 5 people died as a direct or indirect result of the riot. Over 174 police officers were injured. The damage to the Capitol was estimated at over $2.7 million. But the true cost was far greater, the damage to our shared understanding of democracy itself. Hey folks, I hope that you're enjoying the video so far. There's about 8 minutes or so left, and it's going to continue on my free Patreon. So you can continue to watch it for free with no ads. I'm just trying to get people over to my Patreon because if anything should happen to this YouTube channel, I want us to be in another place, just in case. Again, it's free. It's patreon.com/walkaboutswithdan. I will put that link in the description. And there's also some additional content that I don't post anywhere else already on there. There's several videos. And there's also a few episodes of a podcast that I've started, and you can find that there as well. So all for free, all there. And hopefully I will see you in that space as well.